on a lot of those, you've been lucky. You've been lucky on a lot of these, man.
All right,
but
man.
Your luck is running out. You're getting older. You're getting crusty. And with that comes no luck. So that luck's about to run out. Getting funky.
Underrated pickup, Danielle Hunter to a stacked defense. He was 5th in the league in sacks last year. He had 16.5 sacks. And
Diego dropping some info.
So yeah,
you did some research this time. Okay.
This is former Chicago Bear Desmond Clark. And y'all hear me on many podcasts, but when y'all hear me on Pick'em Pros, y'all know it's all about family. This ain't just business.
Music Tavares Jordan. Music, but we have a happy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You know who it is. I am Derek Thompson.
And I'm Diego Thompson.
And who are we?
We're the Pick'em Pros.
We are the Pick'em Pros coming back at you in the house. Episode 106 of Who You Got, father-son dynamic duo. Man, we are here to talk about the NFL. We're going to give you our AFC predictions for who's going to win each division, where they're going to rank, who's going to make the playoffs, and who's going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. So, man, it's football time. Hey, man. Subscribe if you have not already, man. Subscribe to Pick'em Pros. What are you waiting for? We're giving you this hot content. We're giving you all these correct picks. You know what I mean? So make sure you subscribe as we give it to you in the best way. All right, man. Well, hey, before we get into that, we got fantasy football, our Pick'em Pro Fantasy League. Man, we've got our draft in 2 weeks. So Saturday, August 24th, 7 p.m. Eastern, we're drafting. That's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of trash talk. Desmond Clark from the Chicago Bears, former tight end of the Chicago Bears, will be joining us. He's finally gonna be in a league with us, man. He's been running, but he's no longer going to be able to hide. And gonna get a beat down, man. Where do you think Des is gonna finish in the?
I think he'll finish middle of the pack. I'm giving him being nice. He'll finish middle of the pack. So not at the top, but not at the bottom. So
okay, so you say 5th or 6th?
Yeah, 5th or 6th. Yeah, that's solid. That's a solid place for him.
I'm gonna say he's gonna finish 9th. I think Des finishes 9th. I think that's it. We should have the over under on that. Just Des finish over under 9. Oh no, not 9.5. It was over under on Des. So we're gonna see where will Des finish in our fantasy football league. I don't know, man, because a lot of guys that played, they're not really good at this fantasy football thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna turn out too well for him. We're gonna find out. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if he can do anything on fantasy because we're guru. Well, I'm a guru at this. I've won titles.
I'm a guru too. You know what I'm saying? I basically won a few titles.
Okay. You finished 2nd 1 year, and you're holding on to that.
I basically finished first.
Shaky.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Basically.
We're gonna see, man. But we can't wait, man. We can't wait to go at it with you guys on that. All right. Well, let's get into it. AFC. Hey, let's make these predictions, man. Let's go north, south, east, and west. Let's start with the AFC North. Who you got?
All right, so NFC North. Number 1 in that division, I have the Baltimore Ravens. Got reigning MVP Lamar with a 1 seed in the AFC last year and added Derrick Henry. Okay. So I don't see how they don't finish first in the division this year. Number 2 in that division, I have the Cincinnati Bengals. I think a healthy Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. They went to a Super Bowl together, so I think with those two healthy, they can definitely do big things. So add them 2nd in the AFC North.
Okay.
Number 3, I have the Cleveland Browns, and I guess it's kind of a sleeper because some people think the Steelers are going to be better than them. But I think Deshaun Watson's going to be solid next year. Solid QB. They got healthy Nick Chubb, who was one of the best running backs in the league when he was healthy. They got Amari Cooper at receiver. Their receiving core is not bad. They got Garrett on defense. So I think they're going to be a good team this year. And
Okay.
last, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's not a shot. I think the Steelers are still going to be around 500, but all the other teams are playoff caliber as well. So I think last in the AFC North isn't a big. It's just really
Their
because
division is loaded.
yeah, the QB situation you don't know is going to start. The receiving core is very reliant on George Pickens since they traded Deontay Johnson, and I just think they kind of downgraded from last year.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I've got a few differences with you on this. We're going to have to do a recap. We don't do recaps enough to showcase just how much I'm right on these.
And how about the NBA Finals recaps?
We're definitely going to
How
have
about
to
the
do
Super Bowl recaps,
a
man?
recap
What about March Madness?
on this. So we're definitely going to have to do that.
What about playoff recaps?
Yeah, hey, we can recap anything you want to recap.
All right,
Know
you're
what I
gonna
mean?
you're gonna be get embarrassed on
Not
on YouTube,
not
man,
necessarily.
for all of YouTube to
on,
see.
on a lot of those, you've been lucky.
All
You've
right.
been lucky on a lot of these, man.
All right,
but
man.
your luck is running out. You're getting older. You're getting crusty, and with that comes no luck. So that luck's about to run out.
Be like you, just
I mean, getting funky. All right, so let's go here. So AFC North, man. I've got my Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals are making the rise back to the top. Okay, they are going to win this division. Joe Burrow is rocking the Eminem look. We've got my man, receiver, Jamar Chase. He is does not have a deal. Wants to get his money. Is going to ball out, and Bengals are going to win this division. It's going to be tough because the Ravens are solid, but Bengals are going to be on a mission. They're going to get off to a fast start for the first time ever, and they're going to go ahead and go
first time ever.
First time ever. They're going to get off to a fast start, and they're going to win the division, and they're going to do their thing. So I have the Bengals winning this. Number 2, I've got the Baltimore Ravens. They going to have a great year. Think they definitely get into the playoffs. It's going to be tight, but I've got the Ravens finishing second. I think they're not going to be as caught up in the regular season. For them, it's all about the playoffs. With that, loss to the Chiefs last year, they're still going to be reeling from that this year. I think they have a great year. I think Zay Flowers is going to be a beast. They have a huge year, but I've got the Ravens at 2. Third, I'm making an adjustment. I'm going to go ahead and put the Steelers in at number 3. I just can't see the Steelers finishing last, although I like the Browns. I like a lot of what they've got. But with Tomlin and with the quarterbacks that they have brought in, it should be a big upgrade on what they've had. And I'm going to go ahead and put the Steelers at 3. And then I'm going to put the Cleveland Browns at 4. So that's going to be my adjustment for that. So I've got Bengals 1, Ravens 2.
Tomlin's gonna finish with a non-500 record at some point in his life.
No, he will never. He will never finish under 500.
Gonna happen.
No, never. So that's it. So again, Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, and Browns. That's it. There. So AFC South. Who you got? Let's go
number
4.
At the Tennessee Titans, finishing number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Will Levis, second year QB. This will be okay for him. They got Calvin Ridley, traded for him or signed him. I don't know how reliable he is anymore. D-Hop's going to miss about 4 to 6 games because of whatever he has going on. And
age.
Yeah, they lost Derrick Henry. So, yeah, it's just I don't see them. And the division's getting better, so I don't see them finishing above 4th place in that division.
Titans will be terrible.
Yeah. Number 3, I have the Indianapolis Colts. I think they're going to have a better year. Anthony Richardson coming back for a second year. He's very good. Throw the ball far, can run it. They got Jonathan Taylor back too. So I got those 2 players being back is going to help them a lot. They have a good O-line, all that stuff. So I think they're going to be 3rd. Number 2, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence with his new deal. Christian Kirk. All those guys. I think they're going to be solid and finish 2nd place. And number 1, I have the Texans.
CJ Stroud in the building.
It's not because of him.
MVP.
They added Stiggs to the explosive offense. Got Tank Dell coming back healthy with Nico Collins. All the weapons. Added Joe Mixon and added underrated pickup Daniil Hunter to a stacked defense. He was 5th in the league in sacks last year. He had 16.5 sacks.
Well,
And
you go dropping some info.
So yeah,
You did some research this time. Okay,
whatever.
about time. You normally just say stuff.
Yeah.
All right, not bad. Well, I've got the exact same thing, so no need to.
All right, cool.
Go any deeper on that. The South is pretty easy to predict. So yeah. Titans 4, Colts 3, Jaguars 2, and Texans winning the division, going to the playoffs. Yep, I think that was pretty easy. All right, cool.
Yep.
Well, let's go to the AFC East. This may be a little more challenging.
I think it's
Let's
a little
go.
easy. I think we know who's going to finish last.
We know who's going to finish last. Who's going to finish last?
The New England Patriots are going to finish last in the AFC East
Ooh.
again.
Okay.
Drake May is not looking so good so far. They got Joe Milton, QB from Tennessee, who's looked really good in the preseason game.
Okay.
So I don't know what their QB situation is going to be like, but I just know they're going to finish last. Have a last receiving core, last run game, just last everything. So, yeah. Number three, I have the New York Jets. I don't really trust them to be that great because I don't know about Aaron Rodgers. Him being there depends so much on them and how they're gonna be. So I just know their defense is gonna be good. So, I have them finishing third.
Rodgers.
And have the Buffalo Bills finishing second. Josh Allen and his receiving court, Keon Coleman and Khalil Shakir.
Yeah, Shakir, that's my guy. Y'all sleeping on Shakir.
Josh Allen's not going to be enough for them to be first place in the division with the limited receivers they have and all that. But number one, I do have the Miami Dolphins. They have great regular seasons, at least to start off first half. That Tua, Reek, Waddle, Mostert, they all lose their minds in the regular season. So I got them number one in that division.
Well, don't forget about the Dolphins coach. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
McDaniel.
Okay. Yes, your guy, man. Your guy. All right. So I'm very similar to you on this one. I've got Patriots at 4, like you. I've got the Jets at 3. Also, shaky on Rodgers. Is he going to make it through the season? Made some improvements on the O-line. Is that enough? I don't think so. I think the Jets are very overrated going into this year. But then we differ on 1 and 2. I've got the Miami Dolphins at the second position. Okay. Got them at the second position. I think they're still hurt on defense. They had a lot of injuries at the end of the year, and they were very close to the end of the year.
Those guys are going to be back.
I don't think so. I don't think a lot of them have had, you were talking about Achilles and ACLs and that type of stuff.
I don't know. Well, there was one guy who tore his Achilles.
Injuries.
There was one guy that tore his Achilles, but that was midway through the season, okay?
No.
All the other guys had other stuff.
No.
But the guy who tore his Achilles is back.
He's back. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Back like
Because there was a guy who tore his Achilles in week 10, and now he was back in June.
Yeah, but is he effective? You tear your Achilles and be back, but are you effective? So just because you can walk, that doesn't mean you can play football at a high level. So I'm not buying that. So I think the Dolphins finish second. Number 1, I've got the Buffalo Bills. I think people are sleeping on them. They yet again will win the division. Like they always do.
Barely won last year.
They still won it. No matter what, they find a way to win. That man, Josh Allen, will lead them to the crown. And I would love what they've got here. I think they're going to have a much better attitude, much more camaraderie, and they're going to be on a mission to show that they were more than just Diggs. So you're going to see some explosiveness.
Maybe it was all Diggs.
Out of the Buffalo Bills.
I don't know about explosiveness, but
yeah, they're going to
maybe
be
a lot
explosive.
of running and So.
Well, they'll be more balanced.
Yeah,
but still
explosive.
But as explosive, you can be balanced and explosive. Okay,
Explosive 1 yard.
the Dolphins are balanced and explosive.
Yeah. No,
Okay?
the Bills are going to be
the
running.
Bills will be the same
Bills are
way.
going to be running explosive 1 yard runs. That was a hard fought yard.
They will win the division. You can book it. You can book it. They will win the division. All right. Let's go to the final division before we then make our full playoff predictions here for the AFC. Let's go to the West. All right. Who do you have in the West?
So, number 4, I have the Denver Broncos. Their QB situation isn't looking the best. They have, their top three QBs are Jarrett Stidham, Zach Wilson, and the rookie Bo Nix. So, yeah, not looking so good. At receivers, they lost Jerry Jeudy, who wasn't that great anyway, but he was their top receiver. So, yeah, they lost Russell Wilson. So, yeah, they're going to be last. Number 3, I have the LA Chargers with the Harbaugh. I think they're going to be solid with Harbaugh there, but just in the division, I think they're not going to be as good. Herbert's dealing with some injuries, lost their top 3 receivers. And Austin Eckler too. So, yeah, I don't think they're going to be the same.
Okay.
Number 2, I have the Las Vegas Raiders. They added Gardner Minshew, quarterback. He's better than Jimmy G and Aiden O'Connell, who they had before. They lost Josh Jacobs, but they have a happy Devontae this year. They have a good coach, and they got the number 1 tight end from the draft, Brock Bowers from Georgia, who was really good. So, that'll help. That'll help Gardner Minshew in the passing game. So I think they're going to be number 2. And number 1, I have the Kansas City Chiefs, the reigning champs, won another Super Bowl.
Well, I don't know about the Super Bowl, but I think the Chiefs definitely win the easy AFC West.
And the Super Bowl, and the easy Super Bowl.
I don't know about that. Don't know about that. But, okay, so I'm slightly different than you. I've got the Raiders finishing last.
Whoa.
In the division. I think Devontae Adams will be happy through about the first quarter of game 1.
They have a good coach.
They have a good coach, but I don't think that's going to overcome their lack of firepower.
They have some firepower.
I don't think they have enough.
Sometimes
and I think
Devontae fundamentals is better than firepower.
Devontae's been a lot more outspoken. He's doing a lot of shows, doing a lot of interviews. It's funny, when you were in Green Bay, you didn't hear anything from Devontae. Now you hear and see a lot of Devontae, and I think he's putting a lot of pressure on himself and the team to be in the playoff race, Super Bowl race, and I just don't think they're equipped for that. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get traded and end up on another team that's a contender. I don't think Devontae finishes the season in Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. I think they rebuild myself. So I think they fall apart mid-season. Go ahead and trade assets and look to rebuild. So I've got them at 4. I've got the Broncos at 3. They'll be slightly better than they were last year, but not much, but puts them at about number 3. I think the Chargers will be the team that ascends the most. They will push to get into the wild card. Harbaugh will be a major difference, as he is whenever he goes to a new team.
A lot of scandals.
He has a major impact. What is the NFL? So we don't worry about scandals. He can Bill Belichick it and cheat. It's okay.
Bill Belichick won a few Super Bowls.
Hey, and Harbaugh may be on his way to Super Bowl. He almost got one in San Francisco. He's on a mission to bring one to L.A., and think he gets his team close. We'll tell you if they make the playoffs here. But I've got the Chargers at number 2, pushing the Chiefs here. But the Chiefs are the class of the sorry AFC West, and the Chiefs will definitely get this. They'll coast through the regular season, but they'll do just enough to win the division. All right. So with that said, my man, it looks like you've got the Ravens in the playoffs out of the North. You got the Houston Texans out of the South to make the playoffs. You got the Miami Dolphins out of the East to make the playoffs. And you have the Kansas City Chiefs out of the West to win the playoffs. Those are your top 4 seeds. Mm-hmm. Who are your 3 wild cards?
I'm at 3 wild card. First wild card team, I have the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I said earlier, all the reasons why I thought they're going to finish second.
Oh, yeah.
And I think with Burrow and Chase, they're going to definitely be good enough to be the best wild card team and maybe go far out of the wild card. So they're number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, I have the Bills. Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen's gonna do just enough to get them in the playoffs and see what happens beyond there. But I think they'll definitely be the 2 wild card seeds, second wild card team.
Okay.
And my last wild card is the Cleveland Browns. I think they're gonna be a solid team and they're gonna sneak into the playoffs.
Okay. So is that the exact same playoff roster from last year for the AFC? You're just running that back?
No, the Bengals didn't make the playoffs.
Oh, that's right. The Bengals didn't make it. Okay.
Bengals didn't make it. The
Browns did, though. Yeah, everybody else.
Yeah, but the order is different. The order is different.
Yeah, there's really
so the Bengals didn't make the
there
playoffs.
really no surprise because
and
everybody has the Bengals making the playoffs this year. So you have zero surprise. There's always a team.
The Browns are a surprise. The Browns aren't supposed to be there.
They made it last year.
Yeah, but they weren't supposed to be there this year because Joe Flacco is better than Deshaun Watson.
I don't know about that, man. All right. Okay. All right. Well, that's who you have making it, and then you've got the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Chiefs.
So I have my wild card. So again, I've got the Bengals. I have the Bengals winning the North. I've got the Texans winning the South, the Bills winning the East, the Chiefs winning the West. So those are my top 4. Then number 5 with the wild card, I've got the Baltimore Ravens in the wild card spot. Okay. Then I have the Miami Dolphins in that 6th spot, making the playoffs.
Wait, the Dolphins are 6?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well,
they
they're
should
not
be
gonna,
number 3.
Well, the Bills. How are they going? The Bills
4.
The Bills are gonna win the division.
No, they're not, man. It's gonna be the Dolphins.
Yeah, Bills are gonna win the division. Okay, so that's why the Dolphins are in the wild card. So they're the 6th spot, and then the team that makes it into that final spot. This was tough. It was between 2 teams. I wrestled back and forth, but I finally settled on it is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay, out of the South. Yes, Trevor Lawrence is going to lead them to the playoffs.
Trevor Lawrence going to lead them home.
Yeah, head and shoulders going to lead them to the playoffs. They will claim that final spot. It was close between them and the Chargers. I think Harbaugh is going to really push them to be close, but I think the Chargers finish in that 8th spot and just miss the playoffs. Jacksonville Jaguars are going to make the playoffs, and they're going to be in that final spot. But to go to the Super Bowl, I've got Cincinnati Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game once again. Yes, they own them. So Burrow,
when was that again? How many years
Burrow
was that ago?
in
How many years ago was that?
Burrow Stadium in KC, he is going to reclaim his stadium. And yes, they are going to win that.
2021 when that happened.
Okay. Well, hey, it will be 2025 at this point when this happens.
Well, 2022 technically, but the 2021 season.
Right,
so it's 2022. It's a long time ago.
Well, the Bengals will be back.
Chiefs won 2 Super Bowls since then.
The Bengals will be back, and they will go ahead and win it. They are the team that is not afraid of the Chiefs. They step up to the moment. They will take care of it. The offensive line will stay intact, and that'll be the difference. And Burrow and Chase will go ahead and take care of business. That's right. LSU stand up. You heard it here. All right. That's it, man. All right. Hey, let us know. Who do you have? Who are your division winners? Who do you have representing the AFC who do you have representing the AFC this year? Is it the Kansas City Chiefs? Are you going the easy route like Diego? Or do you think it's the Bengals like me? Or do you have somebody else? You think it's the Ravens? You think it's somebody else?
The easy route?
Let us know.
May be the right route.
Nah.
The right route is better than no route.
Nah, that's the wrong route.
The right
that's
route
the
is
wrong
better than
route.
the
Just like how you run when you're a receiver with your team, the wrong route. That's what it is. It's the wrong route, baby.
What?
All right. Well, speaking of running the wrong route, I've got to get you to practice so you can hopefully run the right routes and get some playing time. So we're going to get on out of here, man. But thanks for all the love and support. Next week, it's going to be very competitive as we talk about the NFC. That's going to be tough. So we're going to give you our NFC predictions, man. Then we've got our Pick 'em Pro fantasy football league kicking off. I got to win this one. I got to win the inaugural season. I have to go ahead and win that one. Set the tone. So Dez is talking a lot of junk. Man, Josh, we got Silas, we got Brandon, we got all the super subscribers. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll get to really go head to head and talk junk week to week. So we're going to film a lot of that, and then we'll actually make that a show. So you'll get to see us draft live and see that show later this month. Our draft will be Saturday, August 24th. So excited for that. Enjoy the Olympics. Hey, by this time we'll see if France does France do it at home. Or
U.S. is winning,
or is the U.S. gonna win?
Jayson Tatum is gonna carry them to another championship.
So
he is gonna
Jayson Tatum doesn't even play.
Jayson Tatum's gonna say, what are they gonna say now?
Dude, he probably will. Gonna do everything Jordan did, Kobe did. Gonna have all the same celebrations. So this is Friday that we're recording, but this drops Saturday after. So by the time this drops, we'll already know what happens. But man,
I guarantee you, Jayson Tatum has already done some celebrations. Already been done.
I don't know, man. Dude, hey, this is in Paris, France.
Doesn't mean anything.
They've got all these
Jayson Tatum.
They got all these 7-10 players on their team.
They have one 7-4 player. Okay, one, and Gobert is barely 7-1. So.
I think France might win it, dude.
I think Jayson Tatum is gonna win.
Oh, we're gonna see. All right. Okay. Well, hey. Y'all already know the results, so we'll see who's right between us on that one. Don't want to be unpatriotic, but I got a bad feeling about this. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Okay. Anyway, hey, we'll see y'all next time. Pick 'em pros out.